No deal would be like appeasing Nazis. Andrew Neil says Boris must secure deal with EU. Andrew Neil has urged Boris Johnson to secure a Brexit trade deal or watch the likes of Russia and China celebrate, comparing a no-deal conclusion to the appeasement of the Nazis. With less than a month until the end of the transition period on December 31, both the UK and EU are scrambling to come to a trade agreement. But neither side is able to back down on fishing, governance and the level playing field. Now BBC veteran Neil has warned the Prime Minister a no-deal would be a setback for the West and democracies everywhere. He said, "For no deal won't just have serious, negative consequences for Britain and the European Union. It would be a setback for the West and democracies everywhere." He said talks were so close to conclusion and anything other than an agreement would be disastrous. Mr. Neil said, "It would be especially ludicrous to fail to agree now when about 98% of the Brexit deal has already been settled. To allow the remaining 2% to get in the way would be a monumental failure of statecraft, on a par with the democracy's appeasement of Nazi Germany in the 1930s and the Anglo-French invasion of Suez in 1956 on a false prospectus." Mr. Neil continued, "Britain and the EU share the most fundamental of values, liberal democracy, market economies, the rule of law, with equality for all under the law. If two entities that share so much that is good in the world, and are largely untied in hostility to what is bad, cannot agree their post-Brexit arrangements in harmony and with mutual respect, then be in no doubt, authoritarians everywhere will be celebrating. They will see it as yet another nail in the coffin of Western democracy. They will be more sure than ever that the 21st century belongs to them." Mr. Neil argued Britain needs a dynamic Eurozone in order to prosper in a post-Brexit country. He continued, "We need a dynamic Eurozone to prosper ourselves. And our politicians have their own work cut out. They need to tell us what exactly a post-Brexit Britain is going to do with its newly returned sovereignty. What is the strategy for putting the country at the forefront of artificial intelligence, pharma, robotics, digitization and 5G, all of which could boom in a Britain no longer held back by the EU's over-cautious regulation? British politicians have been silent on what it is they plan to do with Brexit.